Good morning, welcome back to another vlog. So today is Thursday. We are starting the weekend off a little bit different this time, mainly because my favorite day of the week is Thursday. It's my Friday work week, or the end of my work week, and also the day that my kids go to their grandma's and date night for me and my husband. Now, our date nights don't always consist of like actually going out, but we do take like intentional time to spend together, whether that be going to town and getting dinner, or, which we usually do that anyways, but watching a movie that we've been wanting to watch. I think tonight we're gonna watch a comedy show that I want to watch with my husband because we can't watch Matt Rife with my kids. So we're gonna sit and watch that comedy show while we eat our dinner, and we're just gonna spend like intentional time together. But in the meantime, Thursday is one of those days that is pretty much the same every week for me. So on my to-do list, I'm getting ready right now, hair and makeup. I've been trying to do hair and makeup every single day this year. That's one of my New Year's resolutions, which sometimes hair and makeup consists of putting my hair in a claw clip and making myself look presentable and throwing on some mascara, and I call that good. I've kind of given myself permission to be able to check that off my list if that is all I do for the day, but it's just like being intentional and mindful of what I look like during the day, because I do work from home. So sometimes it's very tempting to just kind of sit around in your pajamas, which I wear yoga pants and a t-shirt every day, but I could very easily just sit in my pajamas all day and work away and not do anything, but trying to be very intentional about not doing that, because I don't think that would be very good for my mental health. So I do take the time to do my hair and my makeup, and I've been doing really well with that New Year's resolution this year. So I'm sitting down to do my makeup for the day. I just got done with my hair. I figured we could do like a little get ready with me type of situation. It's been a while since I've shown you guys what makeup I'm using and what I'm loving and all that stuff. So I thought I need to explore that. So I thought this would be fun. So I'm just kind of gathering all my stuff. Let's see, for my base. So I have been loving doing makeup recently. I've just kind of fallen back in love with it. And I think it's because I've finally found like products that I actually really like. So first thing, this is kind of like extra hydration, but also using as a primer. So I've got these e.l.f. Thirst Drops, and I just do a couple pumps. It's basically like a thinner moisturizer, but I really, really love it. This is not something that I would use like on its own, but under makeup, it just makes your makeup look so pretty. And of course, this product is all over TikTok. So that's where I first heard about it. But it's been highly recommended, and I can attest to that as well. And I do have oily skin. Like that's I guess it's more combo, depending on the time of the year, but it definitely leans more oily. So just, keep that in mind. But next, I'm just kind of letting that sink in for a second. It doesn't take very long to sink in at all. You can kind of feel it. But my favorite foundation lately is the Maybelline Superstay Skin Tint. I use the shade, I think this is 120. There's a sticker over it. Oh, this is 118. So I use the shade 118, and it is a perfect match for me. I'm gonna take the sticker off. And I absolutely love it. I can't tell, well, I can kind of tell. I've used a lot of it because I've been using it every day for like weeks, and I absolutely love it. So it does come with this little dropper, which I do not love, but I think I'm going to order a pump off of Amazon. Jessica Braun found a pump that she really likes for this foundation. So I think I'm going to order the pump and use that with it, because I think that that is more sanitary too. Just like, you know, putting the dropper thing on your face. Plus it's not exactly the most user-friendly. So I think I'm going to order the pump off of Amazon. But if you have this foundation, let me know what you think about it, because I love it. And the coverage isn't, I would say it's like medium coverage, but I also don't wear very much. Some people, you know, wear a ton, but I don't wear a lot. I just do the one layer, and then I'll do concealer. But I got this sponge from Dollar Tree. It came in a 5-pack, and I really, really like it. It's very like squishy. It reminds me a lot of the Beauty Blender consistency. If you've ever used a Beauty Blender and like how squishy it is, that's what it feels like. And also, I only wet it every other time. So like this is still damp from yesterday. And I think it's when it performs the best is whenever it's damp from the day before. I don't have to use as much product on the second day. So yeah. And I probably use my sponges for way too long, but it's fine. If you have sensitive skin or are more acne prone, you probably should be switching out your sponges a lot more often, but I don't have that problem, so I don't really worry about it. The concealer that I'm using is from Be Pure. It's from Dollar Tree. I think this is a dupe for a Neutrogena one. I'm really not sure, but it looks like this. It's called Hydrating Under Eye Concealer. I got lucky and was able to find the fair shade. I found it a while back, and I'm honestly going to be sad when I run out of it, because ever since then, I've been wanting to get a backup, and I've not been able to find a backup of the fair. And I literally just have to use this much. I think this might be a dupe for a couple. I know it's a dupe for one of the Neutrogena ones, but I think it's also a dupe for, oh shoot, what is that brand? NYX. So I don't know. I just really like it. And if you need a hydrating concealer, which I don't necessarily need a hydrating concealer, I just really, really like it, then this is definitely a good one. And it lasts all day long. Like I don't have to worry about it, you know, creasing or anything. But I also do set my makeup with powder. So with me having oily skin, I definitely have to set my makeup. Okay, so there's that. Let's see. A couple blush products that I want to talk about real quick. So these are the 2 blush products that I have been loving. So first one is, well, this is just one shade. This is the liquid blush from iMovie. This is in the Daydreamer collection, I think. But I've been loving this. I think I'm going to use it again today because it was really pretty yesterday. But I also really love this Clean Beauty. This is lip color and cream blush. It's in the shade Soft Coral. And it's just like, it's a cream. So I use it with my sponge. I've used it with my finger. Literally just everything. And I just really love it. But I'm going to use the iMovie liquid blush. These are really good blushes. Not just that packaging, but their normal packaging too. I love them all. So if you can find an iMovie liquid blush, definitely pick it up. I actually just had to throw away one that I used all of. It was I think it was a soft pink shade. This is going to look crazy for a second, but it will all work out. But yeah, I ended up using all of that. So I'm definitely going through them. Whew, that was a little crazy. That's the thing about these liquid blushes. Like, you never know like how pigmented it's going to be. So you kind of have to learn how to use it. And I definitely used way too much, but It's fine. It'll work out. I'm going to look like a clown for a second. I'm going in with the other side of my sponge and using what leftover foundation I have. And then I'm just going to wipe some off. There we go. There we go. It'll work out. I promise. Try not to get it too close to the inside. If I need to, I can always go back with concealer and redo concealer, but I don't think I'm going to need to. Because my powder will cover up a lot of this. And then, of course, bronzer as well. So I think we're good. It just looks crazy. Okay. I've been like dabbling into liquid bronzers, but I just don't love them. So I am sticking with my tried and true, which I'll show you in just a second, but I am slowly working through this Wet n Wild Photo Focus translucent powder. Probably gonna I think I'm gonna use the rest of this today on my under eyes. I literally have that much left, but I love this powder. It's in this packaging. I love the translucent powder, so I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm definitely gonna be using up the rest of this. So I'm just gonna set my under eyes with it, and then I get to toss this. It is so satisfying to throw away a makeup powder that you used all of. Ugh, set my eyeball too. That hurt. I had a crazy dream last night. It was about Jesse McCartney, which is so weird because I like Jesse McCartney. Like, I saw him in concert last year and it was a really great concert, but I've not like seen any of his TikToks, any of his videos. I've not even been listening to his music recently. And then he just like popped up in a dream last night. And I'm one of those people that is a very, very vivid dreamer. Like, I dream too much, honestly. And then I'll wake up and be like, what in the world was that? Okay, for powder all over my face, I'm going to use a 16-hour Cover and Last powder foundation by Essence. It does come with a sponge, but yeah, I'm just going to leave that in there. I'm not a big fan of that. And it does come with a mirror, so that is usually very useful. But I'm just going to use this to set the rest of my makeup. But back to my dream. I don't even remember like exactly what was happening, but it was something about, we were like in the living room of some house that I've never been to before. And I was telling him how I really enjoyed his concert, but Instagram was like not showing me any of his stuff anymore. And I was like, how's your daughter? And I don't even think he has a daughter. I think he has a son. But he was like, oh, she's doing great. I am a girl dad and I'm loving it and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, cool. That's so cool. I love that you love being a girl dad. And I don't know. It was one of those things that was like, I don't know. I woke up and I was just very confused. But that happens sometimes. Try not to read into too much of those dreams because usually it's just random. But anyways, this bronzer is also from Dollar Tree. This is the LA Colors matte bronzer in Bronzed Beauty. This is definitely something else that I need to pick up a backup of. I'm already hitting pan on it because I use it literally every time I do my makeup, but I love this bronzer. I try not to be too heavy-handed with it, but it is kind of hard to be heavy-handed with this bronzer, which is why I really like it. And it could have something to do with my brushes. The brushes that I'm using, well, it's wiped off now, but it's the BH Cosmetics brushes. I literally got these way too long ago and I don't even want to talk about it. But I have bought brush sets like since then and nothing compares to these. So maybe I need to get back on their website if they're even still in business. Does BH Cosmetics even still exist? Because I'm pretty sure I got these in 2018. And I probably need to wash them. That's embarrassing. For my crease eyeshadow, I love using this Stone Cold Fox palette. I had this for a few years and I love it. It is my absolute favorite palette. My girls have gotten into this palette and yeah, yeah, they've definitely done some damage, but it is still gorgeous and I love it so much. So I'm just gonna pick like a random crease shade. I usually go in with Enigma. It's like a medium brown, cool tone brown. I'm definitely a cool toned kind of person. I definitely love the cool tones. And by the way, if I'm not talking, this usually takes me like 10 minutes. But I think because I'm talking, I'm getting distracted. But I also like to just, you know, take the time and just do my makeup because I enjoy the process. So there's that. I think I really love ColourPop stuff. So I've got a couple of their shadow sticks here. This one is in the shade Socialite, and then this is Next Spot. They're both metallic. Oh, I need to get to Ulta and swatch more of them. So this one is Socialite. It's like a, I don't know, like kind of a rose gold taupey kind of shade. I really love it. But I recently got Next Spot, which is kind of like a plummy kind of thing, but it's really, really shimmery and I really love it. Oh, before I do this though, I'm going to set makeup. The setting spray that I've been using and loving, by the way, I'm going to use this headband to try and keep my hair out of it because it's like hairspray and it gets stuck in your hair. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 3-Second Setting Mist. This stuff is amazing. It does not take long at all to dry down, like it's already dry. And this will make your makeup last all day long. Like I have gotten ready at 6 a.m. in the morning and by 10 p.m. my makeup is still flawless. So love that. So I'm just going to put this on. I just do a little bit and then I will use my finger and kind of rub it in because it is cream, but once it dries, it's dry. So, and this just gives like a really pretty wash of color. And once I put mascara on, everything will blend and it'll be really pretty. I kind of have hooded eyes too, so it's kind of hard for me to find an eyeshadow that I actually like. And I really love ColourPop products. It just sucks because you can't really get them in store. Well, I guess you can. They have them at Target and Ulta, but I live in a small town, so we don't have that kind of stuff here. Like my closest Target is about 40 minutes away. So, and then my closest Ulta is about an hour away. Granted, I can order online, which I do, but I don't know. I just prefer to see stuff in store first, especially when it comes to like colors and stuff. So anyway, okay, next, I'm going to wipe this stuff off actually, so I don't get it everywhere. I'm trying to think. I'm going to do my eyebrows, which I just put this away. So this is the Essence Make Me Brow. I just got this at Ulta because it was on sale, but I really also love the e.l.f. Wow Brow. This stuff, the brush is not as fluffy, I would say, but I do still really like it. So I'm just going to brush this through. This doesn't give a whole lot of color, but it does help just kind of make your whole look a little more put together. So there's that. So I'm gonna let that sit for a second. And then I recently got this too, just a couple days ago, but this is the Ioni Brow Gel in Clear. I have been loving this. Your eyebrows will not move all day long. And I love that. So I'm gonna put this in. I don't use a whole lot. I don't use like a whole lot of pressure. I just kind of brush it through. And then while it's still wet, I'm going to use my spoolie here and just kind of put my brows where I want them to be. There we go. They're not going to move. And then for lips, I don't know why I do my lips before I do my mascara, but I've been using this LA Colors lip oil. Honestly, it's mediocre. Like, it's nothing crazy, but it's also not horrible. So if you can find these, I do recommend. I do like them. And they're not super sticky, so you know how you get that feeling. It's not super sticky. The last thing that I'm going to do is my mascara. Trying to find my curler. Here we go. So, for mascara, I've been using the Falsies Surreal. I do like this, but I like the original Falsies better, so I don't think I will buy this again. Just because the brush is a little finicky, and I like the other brush better because this holds a lot of product, and I just, if you can tell what the brush looks like. So it's not my favorite. The formula is pretty good. At the end of the night, it's not waterproof, but at the end of the night, I do have to scrub my eyes to get this off. So it's definitely more, you know, one of those mascaras that is going to last if you need it to. So yeah, but I'm just gonna curl my lashes. Here we go. I want to get a heated lash curler, but I'm kind of scared too. Oh, this eye is always so much harder because I always get my eyelid in there, and then even sometimes it starts watering. Oh my gosh, I've been at this for 20 minutes. Hopefully you guys are sticking with me. Okay. And when I do mascara, I do it in layers. So the first layer is always going to be like a lighter layer, just to get everything coated. And then I'll kind of sit here for a second and, you know, give it a little bit of air to let it dry down a little bit. And then I'll go in with my second coat. And I like to wiggle at the base to give it more volume. If I'm going to like an event or, oh my gosh, I have an eyelash right there. There we go. If I'm going to an event or I have date night, I will do 3 coats, but normally I just do 2. This side is a little weird. I'm gonna use my spoolie. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So there's that. I'm gonna wait for it to dry. Oh, I also don't put mascara on my bottom lashes. I feel like it ages me. So I don't like to do mascara, black mascara. Anyways, on my bottom lashes, I'm actually gonna put some brown mascara. This is the Be Pure Clean Beauty Mascara. They just came out with this. They have a brown and a black. I picked up the brown the other day. And I used it on my top lashes and I did not love it. So I'm going to try it today on my bottom lashes just to see. The brush is a little crazy. Yeah, I don't love that. And the first time that I took it out of the packaging, the whole top of it came out. So it's like, and it holds a ton of product at the top of it. I don't know if you can see that, but it holds a ton of that product and it doesn't disperse the product, So it just like stays in the brush. So I'm not loving this. But anyway, that is my apparently 25-minute makeup look, but normally it only takes me like 10 minutes, so. Okay, it is time for breakfast. It is almost 11 o'clock, but I'm gonna go ahead and eat breakfast. So I've got my cottage cheese and my overnight oats here. I'm going to throw these in, or not the cottage cheese, that would be gross. I'm gonna put my overnight oats in the microwave. I have still been loving my overnight oats, make them every week. I'm sure you guys are tired of seeing me make overnight oats, but it is just something that I have been loving. So yeah, and a real life moment around here. Yes, I need to clean my microwave. Yes, I will do that this weekend. While my oats are in the microwave, I'm gonna go ahead and weigh out my cottage cheese. I've had a couple of you ask if I'm still on a GLP-1, and the answer is yes. I am down 50 pounds on my trizepatide, which is, I can't remember if that's the off-brand or if it's Zepbound that's the off-brand, but anyways, still on that. I'm still liking it. I'm still weighing out my food and meal planning. Get your head back, ma'am. Still weighing out my food and all that good stuff, tracking my calories, which I hate doing, but it is necessary, and I know that. So, yep, still doing all of that. I'm actually working on another what I eat in a day video for you guys, because you guys really seem to love that. So I'm working on that. Probably be out in probably sometime next month, just because I already have videos planned for October. I've also been focusing more on water intake. So the main thing that is keeping me successful for water is getting packets that I love. So I love using the PK Hydrate Strawberry Watermelon, and then of course the Peak H2O Ice Pop. This one is my favorite, but I love mixing these two together. So I have a stockpile of these, and actually I need to go to Dollar Tree and get some more. I need to go through my stash and see what I need, because I try to keep like even amounts so that I always am able to make this drink. But I just put water in this water bottle that I've had for a while, and I just put it in the fridge because we don't have a water system in our fridge, because we have hard water and it just fills up with lime, so we don't get to do that. So I just use my water from the well, put it in here, put it in the fridge, let it get really cold, and then I love cold water. So I have ice in here, and I just make my own ice cubes. Sometimes I'll buy a bag of ice, but here lately I've just been making my own ice cubes. I've got 6 ice cube trays, so I just fill them up, put them in the deep freeze, and just kind of leave them there until I need them. But yeah, I just fill up this cup. I've got an Ozark Trail one, and then this one is actually from Bass Pro, because my husband works for a Bass Pro corporation. So he got me that cup, and then I have an Ozark Trail one as well, and I just go back and forth, and this is what I do. I really love flavored water, and I know there's a lot of people that are like, flavored water is not water, but I'm sorry, ma'am, yes it is. I've got my breakfast here. I'm gonna sit and watch a YouTube video while I eat, but I have been loving watching Caleb Hammer. If you're not familiar with him, he's like a modern day Dave Ramsey. He's not quite as cut and dry like rice and beans as, you know, Dave Ramsey is, but he is a little bit more practical. I think he's like a year younger than me, and I'm 31. So I think he said he just turned 30. So, he brings these people on his show that have like a ton of bad debt, and he just like goes through all their finances and gives them some tough love, and then he gives them a plan like afterwards to be able to turn their life around, basically. But it's entertaining as well, but also he gives some really good tips throughout, and he's got like classes, and he's got an app that you can use, which I don't, because you have to pay for it, and I don't think I would use it. I'm like a pen and paper kind of person. But yeah, I'm gonna watch him and eat my breakfast, and then I need to get a little bit of work done. I'm probably gonna work for like another hour. I usually, you know, I work a lot, I get a lot done in a small amount of time, and then I'll take a break. If I'm starting to get like frustrated with accounts or whatever, then I'll step away and take a break. Then I'll come back, I'll knock out a bunch of accounts in a small amount of time, and then come back and take a break. I've had a couple of people well, a few people actually comment on some of my work from home videos, and they're like, you better hope that your employer doesn't catch wind of this or whatever. And I'm just like, my productivity is above 100 every single month, and I'm not worried about it, because not only is my productivity above average of what it needs to be, above what is required, my quality of work is also above average. So like, they'll do audits every quarter, and my audits are always like 99, 98%. So I don't think they're worried about what I'm doing when I'm, you know what I mean? Like, they're getting their money's worth out of me. So anyways, I'm gonna sit and watch this YouTube video and eat my breakfast. Okay, so I am on my lunch break. It is 12:30. So I have a 30-minute lunch break. So I'm gonna take some time and just tidy up the house. I did not get to do that this morning because Rylea was being very needy and I was trying to get work done. So I'm gonna take some time. I usually work my way from the back side of my house to the front side. So I'm gonna make my bed. I'm gonna tidy up Rylea's room. I need to start some laundry, and then I'll come in here, unload the dishwasher, pick up the living room, and I think that'll be it. And then I can sit down and start meal planning, making my weekend to-do list. And there was something else. Oh, I'm going to be painting the countertops tonight because they need a refresh, and it's definitely time. They are scratched up, and I think this time I'm going to use the same paint that I used on my front door instead of the acrylic paint, because the poly that I put over it, I don't know. I mean, it's working and it's lasted a while. She's mad at me because I locked her out of my office because she kept walking around in front of me, and she dumped my drink off my desk because she was trying to get to me.
Flashback.
You've probably seen one. So anyway, I'll walk you through that whenever I start that, but for now, I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning.
I know that I told you we're over. I swear that I'm sober. Just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Yeah. Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Till the morning light. Yeah.
Okay, so it is 5:40. I am leaving Dollar Tree. I got off work and took the kids to their grandma's, and then I came to Dollar Tree. I got a lot of good stuff this time. I've been loving coming on Thursday nights instead of Fridays because, for one, it's less busy, and two, I have more success getting the stuff that I need. Or, you know, do you ever really actually need anything at Dollar Tree? No. But I did do a really good haul, and I got a few stuff that I've been looking for. I was able to get some restocks, but me and my husband decided that we're just gonna have kind of a chill, laid back night. Oh my gosh, it is that time of day where the sun is setting and it's so bright you can't see anything. I am so self-conscious about my arms now. I hate it. I told myself I wasn't gonna be self-conscious because I am losing weight, and this is part of losing weight, but it's still a little, I don't really want to say frustrating, but it's just like, you know, dreadful, I guess you could say. Is that the right word? I don't know, but I don't know. I don't like bat wings. And when I do my arm workout, I always, like, I'm focusing on triceps a lot, but whenever you're losing, 50 pounds in 6 or 7 months, it's gonna happen. And I'm starting to get like some looser skin like on my stomach and like on my inner thighs and stuff, and I'm just really trying to like stay positive and not get in my head too much about it. I'm doing all the right things to help with the loose skin, but because I am losing like a significant amount of weight in a small amount of time, my skin just isn't like expanding back, or I guess de-expanding or whatever. Anyway, I do lotion, I'm taking collagen, I'm drinking a ton of water, which today I haven't really drank very much and I feel like I'm thirsty. But I'm trying to do like all the things that I can to help with that. But, sometimes it's just unavoidable. But okay, so I got everything off the counters. I'm gonna start this painting project. I'm gonna time how long it takes me. I really don't think it's gonna take that long, but I just wanted to share with you guys like the before. So this is what all these brown pieces here, it's hard to kind of tell because the light is reflecting, but if you step back here, you can tell a little bit better. But this is the main area where I chop things, I'm fixing plates and literally everything else, and this is the worst of it. So, I would say as far as the acrylic paint, I think it holds up really well. You just have to make sure and seal it really well with polyacrylic. Don't do polyurethane, polyacrylic, because it's water-based, and I think that just works a little bit better. Over here is where I had my air fryer, but I recently put my air fryer up and I just take it out whenever I need it. But like there's a place right here where I have a bad habit of putting hot lids. And then right here, I'm really not sure what happened. I don't know, but that is a place. And then let's see, around the sink, doesn't look too bad. I need to clean. I'm going to clean everything and sand it and everything before I start again. But it's not looking too bad. Like all the cracks and stuff, they're not too bad. This area over here really isn't too bad. My kids, like you can kind of tell where they've scratched it, especially like right here. But yeah, for the most part, it's not too bad. It's not looking too bad at all. The only thing that I do not like about this is how like scratchy it is. And I know that it's because of the glitter. So here is what I'm going to do this time. So instead of using acrylic paint, I'm going to use this, mainly because it's more durable and it's name brand. It's not acrylic. And then I got this really fine glitter at Dollar Tree. I'm going to do the black, the gray, and then the silver. And then I'll see what it looks like. I might add a little bit of the white in. I'm really not sure yet, but definitely not the red. But I saw this and I was like, yes, absolutely. So I'm going to add that in to this, and then I will seal it with polyacrylic. I'm probably going to have to get some more poly tomorrow. Or I might do polyurethane tonight and then seal that with polyacrylic. I don't know. We'll just have to see what I end up doing. But I am going to put on a podcast. I'm going to sand everything down. I'm going to clean it really well. And then I will start painting. So I am just mixing in this glitter into the paint. And while I was doing this, I was kind of worried that it wasn't going to show up in the finished product, but it did. And I can tell you, I'm so happy with how they turned out. Every time I go to my kitchen, it makes me just so happy. So if you need a cheap and quick kitchen update, I definitely recommend this method. And I do definitely like the paint that I used better than the acrylic paint. It definitely seems like it's going to hold up a lot better. And with this being like door and paint trim, I feel like because it's made for high traffic areas that it's going to last a lot longer too. So I think this can of paint was like $20 and I did not use very much of it at all. You'll see how much I use. I only had to fill it up like 1.5 times. It was not bad at all. Of course, I was painting over what was already black, so you might have to use a little bit more, but still, I still have plenty of this, so if I need to go in and touch up things, then I can, but yeah, it's holding up really, really well. So like I said, if you need a cheap and easy way to spruce up your kitchen, definitely try painting your countertops. I was definitely skeptical of doing this, but ultimately, I decided that I was just going to go ahead and do it because we do have plans to eventually, you know, get new countertops in this kitchen, and we would really like to do some more things to it. So this kitchen is not forever. So I was like, you know what? The worst that can happen is I'm going to have to strip it all or scrape it off or whatever, and then I can do contact paper or whatever. It's not that big of a deal. So anyway, I encourage it. If you're wanting to do just like a cheap and easy DIY, then just go for it. I have been doing that a lot with this house, and I'm happy with everything. I mean, there are some things that I wish I had done differently, but you're only gonna know if you just jump in and do it. A couple tips that I have for you. I actually ended up getting all of my painting supplies from Dollar Tree, and while that might make some of your noses crunch, everything worked out perfectly. I mean, I didn't have any streaks, I didn't have any brush issues, nothing. Of course, Dollar Tree products are like a one-time use, but I'm not gonna save these things anyway, so I was like, whatever. But the main tip that I have for you whenever you're using rollers, wet the brush first and then scrunch it out as much as you can, but that will help your brush from soaking up so much product and you're not wasting as much. Okay, I just got done and I have to say, I love it. The crisp black with just a little bit of glitter. I don't think I'm gonna sand it down this time because I like this look. And I'm probably gonna do 2 coats on like the really high traffic areas. So I'm gonna let this dry overnight. I've got Roxy locked up. I'm gonna let this dry overnight. And then actually I'm gonna put her in my office. Well, no, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna let this dry overnight. I'll look at it and see what it looks like in the morning. And then I will do a second coat. But I do have to say, I'm very proud of myself for my painting, painting skills. Because I did get like a little bit, and some of that is from the first time too. But honestly, I really don't care. But yeah, I think it's looking really, really good. Hey, if you guys didn't know, this color, the blue, is what color my kitchen was when we moved in. So we painted that like as soon as possible. There was also that color in my living room on the TV or on the wall where I have the TV. And yeah, so if you have been here that long, let me know, because that was a long time ago. 2022. Well, good morning. It is Friday. I guess it's not really morning anymore. It's 11:50. I just got done with therapy. I am heading out right now. I need to stop at the bank and grab some cash out for a little present that we are getting the kids. And I need to go to Aldi to get groceries. I was going to go to Walmart and pick up my medication, but they have a new feature now where if you have Walmart Plus, you can get your prescriptions delivered. So I'm just gonna do that so I don't have to go into Walmart, so I can get back home and finish my counters. I looked at them this morning. They look really, really good. So I think I'm just gonna do a top coat. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm always like, So you guys want to know something exciting? So in therapy today, well, let me backtrack. Last week, I brought a video to my therapist and I was like, look, I want you to watch this video because it really resonated with me. And not saying that what we're doing here is not correct, because I definitely do think that OCD is very prevalent in my life. But I also think that ADHD is a contender. So I had her watch the video, and it was basically of this woman that was, you know, talking about all of her symptoms and stuff and her struggles. And I was like, everything that this woman says is me. And so she's like, okay, well, we can work with this. You know, we can do some more research. And actually, she told me today that she just had an ADHD class in adults. So they studied ADHD in adults, and she said the class was very eye-opening for her, and she very recently got diagnosed with ADHD. So I feel like I have her on my side now, and I told her, like, you know, I'm not necessarily looking for a diagnosis as like a fix-all. It's not the end-all be-all, but I do think that treating my OCD like I also have ADHD would be helpful. Not necessarily for like the medication part, because I feel like I'm doing okay without medication, but then again, maybe I'm not. Maybe medication would actually help, but I'm not gonna know that until I get diagnosed and my psychiatrist is like, yeah, you need medication type of thing. Like, I feel like it's a very long, drawn out process. So anyway, all of that to say, my therapist did a bunch of research for me this week, which I so very appreciate. I love my therapist. She is amazing. And so we watched a couple videos and we read through a few articles and just kind of, you know, had a conversation back and forth. Conversed, is that what you say? And she was just kind of like asking me, you know, is this you? Is this you? Is this you? Is that you? You know, type of thing. And so a lot of the stuff really did resonate with me. And so she, at the end of it, we were like, okay, well, this is our game plan. And I was like, thank you for listening to me. I'm glad that, you know, someone is finally listening. And honestly, I think that if I would have said something sooner, she would have listened sooner. But I was also like, you know, fighting with myself about, you know, advocating versus, you know, offending her about how she's treating me type of thing. You know what I mean? Oh, I need to go think. Oh no. Is the ATM not open? So anyway, very successful therapy session today. Okay, so it is 1:45. Here is what the counters look like this morning. I think they look pretty dang good, but I have decided I'm going to use up the last of this paint that I poured last night. Hack for you, if you're not done with your paint, just put it in a plastic bag and it will last at least one more day. It's not even been 24 hours, so it's fine. But I'm gonna paint the high traffic area, so this one, that one, and probably this one. And I think I'm gonna call it good. I'll let those dry and then I will put a clear coat on top. But that little girl over there, she's gonna be mad at me because I'm about to lock her up. But she likes to climb on the counters. See? Ma'am, you have to get down. So it is Saturday. It is about 4 o'clock at this point. I have been a professional piddler today. And so I've just been piddling around the house, just picking up random things. I decluttered the, you can't even see it, the basket right here that had a bunch of stuff in it. I've decluttered the kids' clothes today, well, their drawers. And then I decluttered some pajamas, and yeah, just been piddling around the house today. But I wanted to share with you what the house or the kitchen looks like. I am super happy with it. We were able to put polyacrylic on everything, so it looks really good, and it definitely feels like it's gonna hold up a little bit better than with the acrylic paint. So I'm gonna flip you around and share with you what it looks like. So it's probably not gonna be like a huge difference to you, but it is definitely a huge difference in person. It's just like a lot shinier. There are some places like where there's some bubbles. I mean, you can kind of see it right there where we just got like too much paint right there. But it's also a lot smoother than what it was before. So I'm glad that I did not end up sanding after I painted. And everything just looks really seamless, and don't mind the dishes in the sink, real life around here. I think it just looks really, really good. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. If you guys have not, or if you need a cheap and easy kitchen upgrade, definitely recommend painting your countertops. I know that there's like a lot of controversy around it, but you're not going to know unless you do it. And if you're planning on getting rid of them anyways, just paint it. And if you don't like it, you can always scrape it off and try another color. But black is definitely, I am in my black and white era, I feel. I'm just loving everything black and white with like a little bit of greenery in, and also just like some random wood tones like up there. And then I've got like the brown baskets that I'm really into right now. So anyways, that is what my kitchen is looking like. So yeah, not a very eventful Saturday, but I feel like I did get a lot done on Thursday and Friday. But I have kind of sort of prioritized just like relaxing a little bit this afternoon. I worked on editing my Halloween party video, which you've already seen by this point. If you missed it, go watch it because I worked really hard on it. I think I've been editing for like 4 hours, it seems like. And I wasn't happy with the thumbnail, so I think I spent like probably half the time on a thumbnail. So anyway, I put a lot of work into it. So if you've missed it, definitely go watch it. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here. We're gonna be leaving for Liam's last football game of the season here in about 30 minutes. So we will go to that and then come home. I'll make dinner and that's gonna be it. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this weekend vlog. If you did, make sure and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please subscribe. Other than that, I will see you in my next one. Bye.